What's up, guys? Got another UFC video here today. It's going to be on the UFC 198 card, WERDUM vs MIOCIC, and it's going to be on the main card. I've done videos on the Fight Pass prelims and the Fox Sports 1 prelims, which you guys could check out on my channel. But yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and be doing or giving you guys my predictions slash picks slash like a little bit of a analysis on the fights on the main card. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. First fight of the night, or actually first fight on the pay-per-view main card. We got Alves against Barberena. So we got two welterweight fighters, but one is, I would say, a natural 155er, and that's Brian Barberena. This guy's been fighting at 155. His last fight was at 170 against Sage Northcutt, and he was able to derail that hype train against Northcutt using his ground skills. Pretty much Northcutt really didn't have much of a ground game, and Barberena really exposed him. But now he's fighting a whole different beast. We're talking about Warley Alves here, guys. This guy's an undefeated welterweight fighter. He's fought really good level fighters. He's fought Alan Jouban, and I think the other guys, one of the guys' name was like Covington or something like that. Anyways, this guy's fought some high level competition, and he is a beast. This guy has good striking. They label him here on UFC as as a striker, but as you can see his submission percentage there, this guy has great submissions, really good guillotine chokes, and yeah, this guy has some explosiveness. So this guy is just an all-around really good fighter, and high level, really good, high level prospect. Barberena here, what he has going for him is going to be his chin, durability, and his cardio, guys. He also has some power. If we look at his record there, that's a lot of knockouts he has in his record. Doesn't have too much of a ground game, I would say, compared to Alves. Alves' ground game would be a lot better. And if you just look at it straight on paper, I also say Alves' striking is also better. Also, Alves is, a 170 pounder compared to Barberena. Really should be fighting at 155. Even though Alves doesn't have too much knockouts on his record, doesn't mean he's not a good striker. This guy has, some explosiveness. His only weakness, I would say, would be his his cardio, guys. This guy seems like he gets kind of tired. He has a lot of muscle. So that's going to be an advantage here for Barberena, guys. So that is one way Barberena might be able to win this fight, if he could actually, just kind of outgrind Alves, just keep on coming forward without, getting knocked out or getting tapped out. But that's going to be really hard to do against Alves. Like I said, this guy's such a beast. But that is one way Barberena here could win, using his really good cardio against, Alves's not so good cardio. Obviously, like I said, Alves has a lot of muscle, and once it goes past, I would say, the second round, he's gonna really start getting tired, pretty much. So that's one path of victory I see for Barberena here. For getting a win, probably gassing out Alves and probably finish him in like the third round or something. But I really think Alves here will get this fight finished in the first. But I would say more than likely it's gonna be the second round, guys, because Barberena's a tough guy. I think Alves will get this fight done, guys, using his striking. To possibly set up a choke. If he doesn't like staying on the feet too much with Barberena, I'd say Alves here could take this fight to the ground very easily. As you guys can see, his grappling percentage right there on his takedowns, 72% takedown accuracy, and he lands about 2 takedowns average. So this guy really likes his takedowns. He's really explosive, and if he feels like Barberena's getting a little bit the better of him on the feet, he's going to take this fight to the ground easily. And once it's on the ground, this guy has potential to get some submissions off, like his really good guillotine choke. So for me, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Alves here. I think he's just way too good compared to Barberena. This is a really big step up for Barberena, and I just don't think he can get it done. Sorry about that, guys, really stuttering here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and side with Alves, and I say he's gonna get here a second round submission. Alright, now we move on to the next fight here. We got Shogun Rua against Corey Anderson. So we got Shogun here, who's a legend. He's a badass. One of my favorite fighters. Really good striking. You know, he's just a fun fighter to watch overall. Against, you know, an up-and-comer here at light heavyweight, Corey Anderson, you know, pretty much using his athleticism and his wrestling to win his fights. Not too much of a finisher, but he does have some knockouts in his record. So the way I see this fight going, guys, is pretty much striker versus, you know, a wrestler here. We got Anderson just going to want to go ahead and take down Shogun, just kind of beat up Shogun from the top. I don't think he's going to knock him out. I think Shogun's going to be too durable for that. But that's one way Anderson could really win this fight, is just, you know, just taking down Shogun, just beating him up on the ground. But, you know, I really like Shogun, and, you know, it's going to be kind of like a biased pick. I'm just going to go ahead and go with Shogun, guys. I think Shogun, you know, still has really good striking and obviously really good power. So this guy could knock out Anderson. Anderson's chin has shown to be not too good, and if he hits one of Shogun's punches, you know, he might get knocked out. I think Shogun, you know, if this fight, if Anderson does just want to take him down, you know, and, you know, possibly, you know, as always, probably go to decision. You know, every single round they start on the feet, and, you know, when they start up on the feet, that's a chance for Shogun here to get one clean punch off, and, you know, Anderson might be able to take Anderson might take that punch and, you know, possibly get knocked out. So I really think Shogun here is just gonna be possibly a very improved fighter. You know, he might show off some new takedown defense. He has been training with Patrick Cummins. So I'm really hoping Shogun really has improved takedown defense, or maybe just gets off his back really easily here against Corey Anderson, because Corey Anderson's very very aggressive with his takedowns, very consistent. You guys can see there, he lands about 4 takedowns average. So I say if Shogun can keep this fight on the feet long enough, you know, to land some punches, I say he's gonna get this fight easily, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and go here with one of my favorites. I'm going with Shogun, and I think he's gonna probably win. I'm gonna go ahead and say second round knockout, guys. Alright, so that's my prediction. Next fight, we got Cris Cyborg against Leslie Smith. So Cyborg, one of my favorite female fighters, really great striker, super explosive, and tons of power. You guys see her record right there. And she's fighting against Leslie Smith, who is very tough, good boxing, good reach. She's durable, and if you guys see there, her significant strikes right there, you know, absorbed per minute, that might be the most highest I've ever seen here on the UFC stats. She takes about, you know, almost 9 strikes, or 8.5 strikes pretty much a minute, you know, significant strikes, you know, per minute. That's a shit ton of strikes. So her striking defense, very poor, and Cyborg strikes a lot, as you guys can see by her landed per minute. That's also really high, almost 7.5 strikes landed per minute, and, you know, and she strikes with power. So this is really bad for Leslie Smith here, guys. She's tough, but I mean, look at the damn strikes she absorbs per minute. That's pretty damn crazy right there. And the girls that are hitting Leslie Smith do not have the power that Cyborg here has. Cyborg, I would say, looked pretty decent at the weigh-ins, and yeah, I think Cyborg here is going to come and destroy Leslie Smith, guys. I'm really here just not giving too much of a chance here against for Leslie Smith. I'm pretty much just not giving her too much of a chance here, guys. I really think Leslie Smith is just gonna get knocked out here, guys. It's possibly gonna be in the first round. I just don't see Cyborg, unless Cyborg gets those, you know, those octagon, you know, making her UFC debut. Maybe she gets a little, you know, gets those jitters and whatnot. Maybe it might go to the second round, but I really think this is gonna be a first round knockout for Cyborg. She has way too much power. Smith, I'm just gonna go ahead and say she's pretty much a punching bag here. I mean, just look at the strikes she absorbs per minute. That's fucking crazy, guys. 8.5 strikes almost. This is really bad for Leslie Smith. This is gonna end bad for her. She's a tough girl. You know, I also like, you know, watching her fight, but, you know, I've been a fan of Cyborg for a while, and I just don't see Leslie Smith here surviving Cyborg's onslaught. I mean, maybe, I'm just gonna go ahead and say here, guys, maybe if it actually gets to the third round, maybe, I don't know, maybe something happens or something like that. But, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Cyborg destroys her, guys. Hold up though, guys, give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Bandicam cuts off here. yeah, pretty much. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like I said, Cyborg is gonna destroy Leslie Smith, and it's gonna be, if it's not the first round, it's gonna be for sure the second round, guys. But I just don't see her coming out that first round. And also, if you guys look at Cyborg's grappling credentials, she defends all her takedowns. No one can take her down, and it's pretty hard to take down someone who just comes at you right away, strikes you with power, and you feel the power, and you're already getting, you're already rocked. Cyborg here is just a damn destroyer, guys. She just walks you down, throws vicious strikes, pretty much knocks you out in the first round, more than likely. So Smith, like I said, very tough, durable, but I mean, she's pretty much a moving punching bag here, and Cyborg's going to be able to land a lot of punches on her, and yeah, she's not going to make it, guys. Past the first round, I just don't think she's going to make it. Yeah, like I said, Leslie Smith, I just don't see the path to victory. I don't know, maybe something happens, like I said, in the third round. Something might happen. But I'm going with the official pick here, Cyborg by first round knockout. Alright, next fight, co-main event, guys. We got Jacare against Vitor. Yeah, Vitor has a nice little beard going on there. He got that beard game. He's not on TRT no more, though. If you guys look at his body there, it's a lot different than it used to be. But this guy is still very explosive and still lands with a shit ton of power, guys. So there's something to note here. Jacare, really good grappling skills, really high level jiu-jitsu. His striking is getting better. Overall, decent fighter. He's one of the best, obviously, ranked number 2 at middleweight. Belfort here, though, don't count him out, guys. This guy's still very explosive, and Belfort is coming off that first round knockout against Hendo, but that obviously Hendo's a lot older, and yeah, I pretty much saw Hendo getting knocked out pretty easily on that fight. Souza here is coming off a loss to Yoel Romero, and I think it was a split decision win for Romero. Anyways, I think they might have overturned it. That's why you see that one no contest. So maybe it's a no contest now. But yeah, the way I see this fight going is I see Souza going for the takedown very quickly here. I just don't think he's gonna stay on the feet very for a very long time against Belfort. Belfort here, like I said, is still very explosive, very dynamic with the strikes. This guy has great boxing, great, kickboxing. He has great punches, great kicks, pretty much, guys. And he's also very explosive, tons of power, and he also has good angles, moves well. Souza's striking is getting better, but it's just not at the at the caliber of Belfort. So if Souza wants to win this fight, he's gonna want to take this fight to the ground. Now Belfort, his takedown defense in his last, well, not his last fight, but against Chris Weidman was pretty terrible. He got taken down very easily, and he got destroyed in the first round, I think it was, yeah, by Weidman on the ground. Once Weidman realized, he was getting beat up on the feet. Souza, I think he's gonna want to do that. He's gonna want to take down Belfort, like I said, and just put the pressure on Belfort on the ground. Maybe work his jiu-jitsu game if he gets him down, or maybe possibly just do some ground and pound. But I really think Belfort here could avoid a few of those takedown attempts and land something clean, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the underdog here. I'm picking Vitor Belfort. Like I said, he's very explosive, and I know a lot of people are counting him out. Oh, he's not on TRT no more. He's not gonna be good anymore because he's not on it. I mean, TRT Belfort was just this beast, guys. This guy was like just the destroyer. This guy was destroying everybody in the first round. This guy was just a killer. It's too bad he's not on it anymore. Otherwise, I'd say he'd be the champion, because this guy was really a damn savage with TRT. But I say he can still get this fight done, guys. Like I say, he has to use the striking, avoid those takedown attempts by Souza, and I think he could. Souza does go for a lot of takedowns, if you guys see right there in his takedown percentage, but I really think Belfort here could get this fight done, guys. I really think he's going to land something clean, and he's going to catch Souza's attention, and Belfort might follow up with some punches and possibly knock him out. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say Belfort here is going to win, and I'm just going to go ahead and say first round knockout, guys. So I got Belfort winning by first round knockout. Alright, now we go on to the main event, guys. We got WERDUM against Stipe Miocic. So yeah, Verdum here fighting, in his home country. Obviously a heavyweight champion. He just, his last win was against Cain Velasquez, one of the best heavyweights, one of the greatest of all time, at heavyweight. And, he tapped him out, He really beat him up on the feet. A lot of people were saying, it's because of the altitude and whatnot. I was actually even thinking that myself. But anyways, he still smashed him. It's very unexpected, I would say. But anyways, now he's going to fight Stipe here, who, I would say in some ways is kind of similar to Cain, because Stipe has, good striking and wrestling, kind of like Cain. But what Stipe here has that Cain doesn't is a lot more power and better movement, and better boxing. So Stipe has, some skills that Cain doesn't. He also has great cardio like Cain, so that's pretty good right there, right, guys? He's just like pretty much a more heavily, a heavily handed Cain, pretty much, I would say. But Verdum here, he beat Cain, and Verdum has very good ground game. If you guys already didn't know, but I'm pretty sure you guys knew that already. Really good ground game. If he goes to the ground, this guy's gonna tap you out. But on the feet, he has also really improved striking, guys. This guy has some knockouts in his record now. He knocked out Mark Hunt. He smashed Travis Brown on the feet. He beat up Cain on the feet too. That's what made Cain go for that takedown and ended up getting tapped out. I mean, this guy even beat Fedor also. This guy beat Cain and Fedor, two of the greatest heavyweights ever, and he tapped both of them out. So Verdum here is not to be underestimated at all. He is the champion now, and yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and side with the champion on this one, guys. I think Verdum here just has really good striking, and obviously the ground game, and I think he's gonna try to throw Stipe off with his strikes, maybe try to set up something. He has head kicks. Maybe he might want to set up a head kick or a knee. Stipe here, I don't think he's gonna want to take this fight to the ground at all. I think this fight's gonna stay on the feet. Stipe, like I said, has good power on the feet, good striking, but I think Verdum here, with the kicking and whatnot, I think he might be able to keep Stipe at range for a bit. And I just see him finding a way to win, guys. This guy's very, very tricky on the feet. He's very very sneaky with his strikes, like how he did that. When he was going for the takedowns on Mark Hunt, and Mark Hunt tried to stuff it, but ended up getting flying knee in the face. That was very sneaky right there. So Verdum's a very smart fighter, and I just see him finding a way to win here against Stipe. Stipe is a good fighter, good power in his hands. Good wrestling, but he's not going to use that wrestling here against Verdum, I'm pretty sure, guys. Also, Verdum has a great clinch game, I forgot to mention. Really good multi clinch, that plum. So, he could do some damage with that clinch also. I don't see Verdum actually taking the fight to the ground. I say, if anything, Stipe will take the fight to the ground for some, I don't know why, but maybe if he wants to, he will take the fight to the ground. But, if he does take the fight to the ground, he's going to get tapped out. I just really see this fight just being a stand-up fight, though, and I think with Verdum's versatility, with the punches, the kicks, the elbows, the knees, I think he gets this fight. I think he gets this fight done, guys, and I think Verdum's gonna finish Stipe. I'm gonna go ahead and say a third round by submission. I think the fight somehow ends up on the ground and he taps him out, guys. All right, so those are my prediction, guys, for the whole card. Obviously the Fox Sports 1 prelims and Fight Pass prelims are on different videos. But yeah, guys, those were my picks. Recap real quick. I picked Elvis, Shogun, Cyborg, Belfort, and Verdum. Alright, guys, so those were my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed my video here. Hope you guys, liked my picks. I think they're pretty solid. What else? Oh yeah, if you guys haven't joined DraftKings yet, got the link below in my description. Go ahead and check that out if you guys want to join DraftKings, possibly make some money. It's pretty fun playing on that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys enjoy the fights also. I'll be watching just like you guys on Saturday, and it's gonna be a good night of fights. Alright, catch you guys on the next video.